You know what, right? Sometimes you gotta look back at your life and think there's certain moments or there's certain things in your life that traumatized you. Now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and funny enough, this is one of the videos, one of my earliest videos that I did last year, but I'm gonna talk about it again. So this came out today, 1989, and I don't know if I actually had it. I definitely borrowed it, but I don't think I actually had it on my NES Nintendo Entertainment System, and I was a massive Turtles fan. So around this time, you had Turtles, Simpsons was just coming out, a whole bunch of other stuff, but Turtles was a good thing. Now, first of all, before I continue, I've always wondered why. I always wondered why, as a kid, that all four Turtles that you can see in the background are all wearing red bandanas, which obviously should only be Raphael. So if anybody knows the answer to that, let me know. Other than that, I'll probably just look it up later. But I digress. So Turtles, like I said, was on the NES. And when I talk about trauma, I think Turtles normally comes up in most people's list of games that were, the hardest games that they played, especially if you're a certain age. Some other notable mentions straight away, Battletoads comes into my head as well, because if you play Battletoads, Super Ghouls and Ghosts is another particularly tough game. But Turtles, the water level. Let's talk about the water level. Now, I think the reason why I generally don't like water levels in games is because of this level. Now, if you played it, you will know how ridiculous this level was. So basically, you had a time limit. You had to disarm these bombs, and then the controls to actually swim with the turtles was ridiculous. Alongside the fact that you had those pink things sort of above and below, which will take your energy, it was an absolute nightmare. And for a 9-year-old, it was unforgiving. And I've played tons of games in my life, and you know what? I generally just don't like water levels. I even think of Ocarina of Time, the Water Temple, probably my least favorite temple. Anytime there's a water level, it is always my least favorite. So thank you, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Thank you for installing that fear and trauma in my head. 1989, and I'm still thinking about that, still thinking about this game. I never ever finished this game. Part of me wants to actually go back and right that wrong. Did you finish it at the time? And I mean, this was a time when there was no continued. You couldn't save your game. You had lives. Once your lives were finished, that was it. But this game is 37 years old today, and I've got to salute it because it was unforgiving. It was character building. 37 years old, absolute madness.